Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Core Enforcer Mid here. Today with APL LC Season 3 Draft Recap. So, it's been a few months since I've uploaded on this channel. Tried to get on some of the podcasts, but just between our three time zones, like the times we're free, it's really hard for me to fit in with them. And I believe their podcasts are really good, and I don't think I would fit in very well. So, yeah, but wanted to try LC this gen. I like Little Cup. I helped TTM Sticks mock for it when he was in the Showdown one last season. And I somewhat enjoyed it. I have nightmares from Bonsley with Sturdy Berry Juice just destroying me every mock. But I felt like it was my time to, just try it. I'm kind of tired of standard draft. And I just felt like I really love APA, so I wanted to try it out LC here. So yeah, so before I start my draft recap, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to click the little bell if you want to get a notification whenever I upload or whenever the other members upload. So we have 20 coaches. So we split the draft into 2 draft pools because 20 people in a Galar decks, especially with LC, is really hard to do. So, we had 2 groups of 10. I actually got 3rd pick. So, I had a really good pick. So let me go and pull up what went before me. And I don't really know much about LC, so I don't know like what the steals were and such. So, did I have 3rd pick? Yeah, I did. I believe so, at least. Okay, I'm struggling here because I can't find... Okay, never mind, I found it. So, there's a lot of great LC mons. Like, there's Volibee and... I know Menfu's not in this. I've heard Chinchou's good. There's Dwebble. Pharisee's pretty good now with no hidden power. Meowth. Onyx. Pawniard. Wingle's really good from what I can tell. But I didn't get any of these mons. First pick went to Ollie and he got a Galarian Farfetch'd, which I don't know if that's good or not. I don't think it is, like, the greatest. Then SV Tornado picked Galarian Ponyta, which I think he more so just picked it because it's a really cool mon. And so I could have had like Volibee or something, but I saw another draft pool. Tony, the Timer Staller, grabbed Galarian Darumaka. And I didn't really know how good it was, but for some reason I thought it got Gorilla Taxes, so I was like, man, that dropped to pick 3. I'm going to have to take it. It does not get Guerrilla Tactics. It gets Hustle and Inner Focus. Base 50 speed. So not super fast. I've always used regular Darumaka in, I can't think of what it's called, like the APA LC tours that they do every year. And it's always been good for me. So I thought, what's the difference? This has Gorilla Tactics, so it's better, but it doesn't. It's just an ice type Darumaka, so things not as broken as I thought it was gonna be. It doesn't even get Icicle Crush. I think it gets like Ice Punch. It gets like U-turn, Flare Blitz. I have to pull up its moveset because I thought this thing was gonna be like really broken and would like just win me games based off matchup. But then I realized I'm just dumb. So yeah, let me pull this up. It gets Brick Break. It gets fire moves. It gets like Fire Punch, Fire Blast, Fire Fang. Gets Free Shy, Grass Knot, and Gyro Ball. Hammer Arm's not bad. Ice Punch, no Icicle Crash. It gets Power Up Punch, which could be cool. Rock Slide. Superpower. It gets Taunt, U-turn, Willow, so like I can have like somewhat of a defensive set. It even gets Belly Drum, which I didn't know. So that could be cool. It has a decent move pool, but this thing was not worth a round 1 because it does not have Guerrilla Tactics. It gets hustle, so it's not as strong as I would have liked. Still has base 90 attack, which is really good for LC. So it goes like 6 picks and then all the way back around for another 6, and then he comes back to me. And I see this Mon was still on the board. It's a Mon TTM Sticks used before in his LC, and I thought he used it really well, so I wanted to use it. So I got my boy Poniard. This thing is amazing, I feel. Base 60 speed, with the dark and steel typing, I felt like it was really good. Like, really good offensive and defensive. But it does suck that I lost Pursuit and Knockoff for now. Like, for Pursuit forever, I believe, because it's not even in the game. But Knockoff until Move Tutors or Home comes out. But I like that it can be a good Choice Scarf or Choice Band, Life Orb, Eviolite, basically any item, because APA has a rule that you can only have like 2 of the same item each week. So like I can only run 2 Eviolites, 2 Berry Juices, 2 Life Orbs, and such. So I just like that it had that versatility to run different items. And it gets Defiant and Inner Focus. So like a main part of LC is using Fake Out to flinch your opponent to get good chip damage. But with Inner Focus, I can kind of like bring that out, make them think I'm Defiant, so they try to flinch me. I just go through it and kill them. Or Defiant of like, they have like Sticky Webs. Or they try to like defog. I just raise my attack, and I think that's really good. Gets Swords Dance, Iron Head, Throat Chop, Sucker Punch, Brick Break, Night Slash, Poison Jab, Psycho Cut, Shadow Claw. It gives me a Stealth Rocker, which is really good in LC because you want to break those Sturdies and Focus Sashes. It even gets Taunt and Thunderwave, which could be cool. You'll really see around the same moves every week, but I really like Poniard and such. And I'm super excited to use it after finding it so many times in mocks. So next, I think I know what's next. I wanted a bulky pivot. Because LC is not really about having walls that can, like, take on your opponent's Pokemon. You like bulky offensive pivots that can take a hit or two, do some damage back. So, I got Mantike. I really thought this thing got Defog. I didn't realize that was one of the mons that lost it. Also thought it got Roost, but it doesn't. So, this mon, I don't know why it's tier 2. They probably thought the same thing as me. But Mantike's not bad. It's really specially defensive, which I like. And it helps me deal with my fighting weakness I was getting between Darumaka and Poniard. So, it also gives me a Scald Switch in that my other 2 mons did not like. So, now I have a Water Absorber. This thing, from what I can tell, can be offensive. Like, just from looking at the calcs I've seen. Like, people like Agility Life Orb. This thing is mostly going to be special, like Scald, Air Slash, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. But I like that this thing gets Tailwind, because I'm already going to spoil it. My draft doesn't get any faster than Poniard, which was a mistake on my end. So that was really unfortunate, but Tailwind makes that so much better, because my opponent doesn't know this gets Tailwind. If you don't know what Tailwind does, it'll basically set up 4 turns of Tailwind and just doubles my Pokemon's speed. So if I can set up like a Tailwind and then die to like an electric move and then bring in like Poniard or Darumaka with like a Choice Band, my opponent just gets absolutely destroyed. So now I went for something a little low tier because I wanted a Rapid Spinner and a Stealth Rocker. So I got Baltoy. This mon's not bad at all. I believe Deathly I Am used it, or it could have been Medicus and APA Wi-Fi Season 4. It was one of the two. I believe it was Deathly. It gives me another, like, ground immunity. For some reason, I couldn't think of what that word was with Levitate. This one can be offensive, can be like Calm Mind, Psychic, Earth Power. Gives me a Rapid Spinner, so my first hazard removal. Gives me a second Stealth Rocker because I don't believe Poniard would want to run it that often. It gets like a wide variety of moves for just good coverage, and it gets Trick Room, so since my team's already super slow, it'll just benefit even more under Trick Room. This thing's either going to want to run Eviolite, Berry Juice, or like a Culper Berry, even though probably not Culper Berry anymore since it knockoff got so nerfed. It's decently bulky, so I believe this mon will be a good fit because I like my bulky Psychic ground types. Well, not bulky Psychic and ground, like bulky Psychic and a bulky ground. I think together it'll be fine. I don't know if it got Nasty Plot because I know Claydol did. This did not. So yeah, unfortunately this didn't get Nasty Plot like Claydol, but I think it'll still be good. So next, I got Machop, my other tier 2. And I forgot to explain how the tiering works. So you get 1 tier 1, 2 tier 2s, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4. And then I believe 200 free points with... I'd have to go back and look at the chat, the announcements that explained it. So yeah, tier 1s are 80s, tier 2 is 60, tier 3 is 40, and tier 4 are 20. So I believe you can get one from every tier to fill out your free points, which I believe I do. I really like my Chop. It's not the fastest, but I like how just bulky it is by itself. With 70 HP and then 50 defense and 35 SPDF. Like, that HP really carries it. And it gets Guts and no guard. So like, my team really doesn't like just Scald in general, besides Mantike. Or just getting status. So I feel like with my Chop, I can even put on my own Flame Orb. Just click Close Combat, get a bulk up. It gets a wide variety of coverage moves because it's Gen 1 mon. That's all they did with Gen 1 mods, is give them just a lot of different typing of moves. So I believe this mon is really good. I probably could have waited on it because there was a bunch of other different fighting types, but I liked the Guts with it and just the immediate breaking power it gets with it, so I don't have to run a choice band. And between Tailwind and Trick Room, I think it's really good. So next, believe I get either a tier 4 or tier 3 here. Let me look. Just so I know I'm saying this right. Yeah, it's another tier 3. So I get my boy Oddish. I wanted a decent grass type, a decent poison type because Toxic Spikes. Even if I don't bring this thing, the poison typing alone will stop my opponents from bringing Toxic Spikes. Doesn't have any good abilities. Chlorophyll and Runaway, which Chlorophyll can be okay if I face like a Vulpix or something. But other than that, it's not the greatest. It'll either want to run it'll probably always want to run an Eviolite. Don't think it'll want to run Berry Juice. It gets like decent, like defensive and offensive stats between 45 HP, 55 defense, 75 special attack, and 65 SPDF, so it's not terrible. For tier 3, I think it's really good. It gets Giga Drain, D-Gleam, Sludge Bomb. It still keeps recovery with Synthesis and Moonlight. And it also gets Leech Seed and Strength Sap. So, I really like Strength Sap. Like, if I'm facing a really good physically offensive mon, I just Strength Sap it and lower its attack. So, I just really like Oddish. Just felt like it fit well on this team. Yeah, you can kind of see how my team's coming in together. It's kind of like bulky offensive with more on the defensive side. Because that's just kind of like how to play, and I don't really know how to play LC. So this is more of a for fun league. Like, I'm going to take it serious, but not like super serious. Where like I put hours of on prep every week. So next I get my first tier 4. And it's something I've drafted in literally every LC thing I've done. Just because I think it's really good, especially for the tier it's in. And that is my boy Togepi. Togepi is like really looked down upon. But with like all the dragon spam that's going on, that happens in LC, I feel like between Poniard and Togepi, it won't come unless if it has ground poison coverage, which Besides Axio, I don't know how many dragons gets that coverage in LC. So I think it's decently well. It's always going to want to run Eviolite, won't want to run Berry Juice since it has recovery. 35 HP, 65 defense, and 65 speed F. So it doesn't sound that bulky, but it's better than what it sounds like. Just because there's very few typings, because it's only poison and steel, that can super effectively hit it. So I really like it. It gets Dazzling Gleam. It can recovery and Morning Sun. It also has Nasty Plot. Can set up both screens. I think maybe just Reflect. Nope, it gets both. It gets Baton Pass, which I believe is allowed as long as you don't pass stats. It gets Fire Blast, so it isn't just, destroyed by steel types. Also gets Wish and Shadow Ball. So I think it'll be a decent tier 4 that I can bring like a few times. Not something like team like destroying, but just it's one of those mons that you might not bring often, but your opponent always has to prep for it. So next, I just have 3 picks left. So there's like a few people that could afford my next mon. I'm getting a tier 2. And the people that could afford it, I don't believe had a dragon type. And this is another mon I've drafted a few times in LC. So I get my boy Axew. I don't really like Haxorus, but I like Axew because it can run Life Orb, Eviolite, Berry Juice, and other mons Choice Band, Choice Scarf. Gets Mode Breaker and Unnerve. I really like Unnerve so opponents can't run Berry Juice, and if they do, it won't be activated. It gets moves. I can't speak today. Like Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Outrage. Gets First Impression now for like a good Choice Band move. Night Slash. Gets Poison Jab. Doesn't get ground coverage, but it does get Superpower. Also gets Swords Dance if I like get a Tailwind up, which I think is really nice. X Scissor, Taunt. And that's basically it. So I think it's just a really good mon to fit on my team. Another offensive. I'm really offensively offensive, but between Mantike and Togepi and Oddish, I think it'll be okay. So next, so basically at this point, I can only get a tier 3 and a tier 4. And there's really nothing in tier 3 I really like that's left. Tier 4 is just kind of a crap show. Like, I feel like I got the best tier 4 in Togepi. It's like, let me just tell you what's still there after the draft. That's not even what's usable. So you got Caterpie, which is useless. Combee, which is useless. Lotad, Magikarp. There's literally 4 mons left, and I really do believe Togepi was the best one out of the tier 4s. Besides maybe Dreepy, but I don't know how good that even is. So, I was going to get a crap last pick anyway, so only 9 usable mons. So, second to last pick, I got Munna. I already have a Psychic type in Baltoy, but I like the offensive, like, setup, bulky setup. Psychics. Man, I don't know why I couldn't say that for some reason. Extremely bulky with 76 HP, 45 defense, 55 speed F. And if you try to Toxic it, I have Synchronize, so you'll just get Toxic back. Gets Calm Mind, Psychic, D-Gleam, even gets Healing Wish, Moonlight, Thunder Wave, and another Trick Room setter, which I think is really nice. So I just really think Munna fit well, being another defensive mon. Can run the Eviolite. I have a few mons that like Eviolite, but they don't have to run it. So I think that makes my team really well. I don't think this is a great team at all. I think it'll be good. It's like if I fight some people that don't really know LC very well, I maybe can do well. But just looking at my schedule, it's really tough. So next pick, it was kind of just a meme pick. I got Toxel, aka Jay, aka Dietite, just really good friend of mine that I met through APA Academy. He's a commissioner with me in it, and he loves Toxtricity. So, I had to get Toxel and name it Jay after him. So, yeah, this is my team. tell me down below on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like my team? And I believe it's a 10-week season. So tell me what you think my record's going to be. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out all the other coaches in the description and the other core enforcers. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.